Well, there's your answer, Sabres fans, as they stood up to the bully, Tampa Bay, and win last night 4-2 in a raucous affair downtown at the arena. Playoff atmosphere also coincided with Dingus Day, which Buffalo and I believe Cleveland are the two cities that have the biggest celebration. So a lot of people rolled themselves from the Dingus Day parade on Broadway into the arena and met by the energy of the others that just showed up for the game. So 4-2, they win, and it's more than the 2 points are critical, obviously, to improve to 102 points and be tied with Tampa and be 2 points up on Montreal. But really, what this game was that's even more important is the fact that mentally they showed that toughness, and it's been there all year. It's just when they tap into it, they have a big reserve of mental toughness that they've never had before. And when they're forced to, they can tap into it, and that's got to be a great sign for any Saber fan as we get into the playoffs. The regular season ends in 10 days, and right around then, we're going to find out who the matchup is, dates, times, all good things. So they stood up to him. They wouldn't take any abuse from the Lightning. Lilberg kind of launched Dahlin into the boards. First one over is Tage Thompson. So nothing really got out of hand, but it was pretty chippy all night, as you would expect, as we all knew it was gonna be. But the good signs, along with the mental toughness that the Sabres showed last night, is the goal scorers. Alex Tuck, who has been on a milk carton, gets his 30th, and he probably should have had at least a hat trick if it wasn't for Andrei Vasilevsky, the Tampa Bay goaltender. Josh Norris, haven't seen him in a while, huh? The score sheet, well, he scores his 11th on a great play from a pass from Doan and great work by Benson, missiling towards the net to create some confusion. And then Jason Zucker with the game winner. Just a gorgeous tip, his 23rd. And that's what's going to take to beat Vasilevsky. Last night and in the playoffs, it's going to take an ugly goal, a tip, something where there's traffic in front. You guys all know the story. Vasilevsky's pretty much the best goaltender in the league, in the top three in the conversation, and he's going to be lights out when it comes into the playoff time. And if the Sabres do run into them, expect that for sure. And then Jack Quinn is 19th with the empty netter to seal things. So, all in all, a really good bounce back for the Sabres. And like I said, 2 points are great, but it's the mental toughness they showed. And I think this team, you know, can't escape what's being said to them, because the general perception in this season, in the rough moments, I believe, is the same thing that Lindy Ruff's telling. And this is what Lindy Ruff says. We're not, big enough in front of the net. It's only going to get harder from here. These are everything you and I are saying. And he's saying this to the team and communicating that to them in a way that they can digest it. And not only do they understand, it's one thing to tell somebody what they're doing wrong and they understand it. It's quite another to come out and actually correct that. And they did it on the ice. And like I said, look, we don't know how long Noah Osmond's going to be out. He's been out since the 25th. It's an upper body. It's pretty secretive as to exactly what it is and when he'll be available to get back on this line. But Zach Benson with Norris and Doan, this is a line that's got to come through. This is a line that's got to, and I'm talking about the playoffs. It can't all be Tage Thompson and Rasmus Dahlin. As look at the Oilers. It's McDavid, Draisaitl. They're not on that level, but there's got to be some complementary scoring, and that points to the second line too, of Zucker, McLeod, and Jack Quinn. The second and third lines win you a series, and they win you games, and they were great last night. The first line was really good as well. The fourth line now, Mallenstein is a fixture there on the wing, but with the Carrick injury and the rotating in and out, last night it's Greenway and Josh Dawn. So you're not expecting them to score. We're expecting the tone setters, but the second and third lines of the Sabres came through, and that's got to continue as we get closer to the playoffs. A couple more observations. UPL was excellent last night with 25 saves. Great pad save on Corey Perry late. Andre Vasilevsky with 29 saves. This game easily could have been 7-2 if it wasn't for Vasilevsky. Tuck had 3 prime opportunities to score. He did get one. And a couple Thompson had 1 or 2. Norris did get a goal, but had another opportunity. Doan as well. Benson down the lineup. He was unbelievable. And this will be ultimately the difference in the playoffs if these two teams meet, is Andre Vasilevsky. He was outstanding. And like I said, could have been 7-2. Luke Schenn. Everyone was really kind of wringing their hands at the Schenn-Logan Stanley combination as the third pairing. But they played comparable minutes, only with a few seconds apart, just about over 10 and a half minutes. And I thought Luke Schenn really played well enough to get another look here, because he played a very strong veteran defensive game. And that's what you're going to need. There was a play where it was just chaos right around the blue line in the third period with a 1-goal lead, and he just pulled the puck back behind his goal line and waited for things to calm down. This is the kind of thing that's veteran defensive experience, a veteran defenseman. So I think he's worth another look here for Lindy. He says that Lindy says that Kesselring will get back in the lineup at some point. He'll get a game before the end of the season. We'll see if Timmins, and we'll see how that all shakes out. But Luke Schenn, wanted to bring up him. He did a really good job, and that's why they got him. And when the first period mayhem started, he skated in late. The only reason why he was late because he was 180 feet away, so you never have to worry about that aspect of the game. With him, hey, that's why they got him. The faceoffs, again, I harp on this, but defensive zone faceoffs are actually pretty good if you consider like 48% good. They're 11-24 in the defensive zone. Obviously missing Carrick Hurts. But that is going to be one of the key stats come playoff time, is can you get possession in your own zone? And the offensive zone, 9-16. So those are good numbers. You'd like more than 50%. I'd like to reverse the percentage of those numbers because the defensive zone is a little bit more important to me in a tight playoff game. But that's just me. So 3 stars, Tuck, UPL, and Zucker, and the 4th star feature on the show, brought to you by nobody, is Andre Vasilevsky with 29 saves. This is why he's considered one of the best and has for years now, and he's going to the Hall of Fame. It's not only the positioning, but it's the hockey IQ. If you look at the Tuck shot that beat him, it was a perfect, almost stutter shot. It's not a very common shot. It's the only way I can describe it is he has a bit of a stop motion and then let it fly. And Vasilevsky was fooled. And the Norris goal, Benson was in front. And of course, the Zucker goal is a tip that no goaltender is going to stop. He's outstanding. He's going to the Hall of Fame. And, he held his team in that game. It should have been 7-2 Buffalo. But I have to mention the Tampa Bay's without Brandon Hagel and Victor Hedman. Now, Sabres fans, with the chant, "We want Hagel, we want Hagel." Okay, it was funny. It really was, and it's cute. But be careful what you wish for, because you're going to get him. And if these two teams meet, I guarantee you the first person he's going after is Rasmus Dahlin. And then all bets are off. And then it'll be Thompson. It'll be somebody else, because he's a loose cannon when it comes to the way he plays hockey, especially in the playoffs. And then missing Victor Hedman, well, there's another Hall of Famer when his time is done in the league and waits the prerequisite amount of time. That's a no-brainer first vote. He wasn't there, and he's going through some personal stuff for personal reasons. But I imagine unless it's really serious, he's going to be back in time for the playoffs. I have no doubt about that. So the Sabres, 102 points with a terrific effort, answering a lot of questions when the bully came to town. and they smack the bully back in the mouth. And now they move forward as they try to finish up the rest of the season and look forward to the playoffs. Back here next time on the Rod Stew.